Hey everyone, welcome to the best U.S. Mint News channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 20th of April, 2025. In this video, we're going to be talking about the 2024 Jefferson nickels. But before that, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you like. Now let's get busy with it over here. MoneyMetals.com. Gold ended the week on Thursday at 33.41.75, silver at 32.75, platinum at 987.15, palladium at 992.25, and Dr. Copper at 471. Saw a post the other day that said platinum and palladium are great deals right now. And I'm like, they've been this price for like 5 years, right? So I don't know. Maybe they are. Who knows? Maybe silver's a great deal. Maybe gold's a great deal, right? You can make any kind of, opinion you like. Let's keep on keeping on. Now, you're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle whose premium is $6.89. Remember, it was $6.39 for quite some time, probably 3 or 4 months. Well, anyway, for a quantity of 1 through 39, you're going to be paying $39.64. So even though they've raised the premium, the item total is still pretty much the same at $39. Now, over here, you're looking at the buyback or the sell to them price is $33.94. Yeah, that's just a bit over $32.75. Next up, bullion sales at the United States Mint. No new tale to tell, but we have a tale to tell because, well, there's numbers for April, and we are more than halfway through. So hopefully we'll see some good numbers here in May, beginning of May. Now on to something y'all know about. You've seen it before. This is the 2024 Denver nickel original bank wrap roll, and I have here under eBay completed listings, sold listings, and ended recently. As you can see, they're still selling for good money, and this was just sold yesterday for $115. That's a 2024 Denver OB roll, OBW roll rather. Low mintage, absolutely. Look at this, same seller. Looks like sold another one that day and another one that day. And maybe another person. Look at that. And that was under auction. And these were buy it now. So somebody's doing all right over there. Now you got 2 issuances here. That's a P and a D for $395 with $395 delivery, right? So 4 and 4 is 8. Look at that. 115, 115, 115, yada. Oh, 150. Nice to meet you. 115, 125, 115. And so, yeah, these are all just recently, folks. So people are picking up these. All right, we know that, right? But I had to point this out. There's a tremendous disconnect going on right now, and I got to show you. And I was like, what? Yeah, so here we go. We have eBay. I have over $8 because there was so many of the single issuances. Anyway, I've completed listings, sold listings, ended recently for the Philadelphia nickel original bank wrap roll. And I saw this listing. I'm like, let me buy a few of those bad boys. So I got a few of those. That's my sale that I bought here before the video. So I was like, well, there's 40 coins in there, and they're $11 with free delivery. What's not to like? This one here, you get an original bank wrap roll for $8.99 with almost $5 shipping. Look at this. You get 10 uncirculated original bank wrap rolls with the Philadelphia strike and on 19. And look at that bad boy, 2024 Jefferson nickel full box for $3.85. That's 50 rolls, 40 coins in a roll. That's, I think, a tremendous opportunity. 19 there for 2 rolls. I mean, I can't even believe what these are selling for, folks. Did you see what the Denvers are selling for? And why am I freaking out? Well, look at this. I'm going to go to the United States Mint website, look at the 2024 circulating coins. I'm going to look under Jefferson nickel or the 5 cent, whatever you like to call it. Denver struck 32.88. I'm going to actually make that a little bit larger so you can see what I'm talking about over here. Yeah, 32.88. However, not far behind that, you've got the Philadelphia Mint at 36.72 million. Folks, these are about 10 million lower than the 2009 Jefferson nickels, which are, well, pretty rare and only worth about $30 in Mint State 65, but we're not talking full steps either, are we? This is incredible, folks. I don't understand it, not sure what's going on. How could it be that the Philadelphia strikes, knowing that they are 36.72 million and the Denver's 32.88 million? Well, is it still just an echo of what had happened last year, right? Where people were focused on the Denver rolls and the Denver coins. It's just incredible. I don't even understand it, but let's keep on keeping on. We'll look a little bit further into this. Okay, so I have here eBay completed sold listings ended recently for the 2024 nickel in Mint State. We're not looking at rolls now. We're looking at graded coins, and typically I like to look at PCGS, but look at that NGC. What? Yeah, wow. Come on. Now, see, this is the thing, folks. I go to coin shows, I go to local coin shops, and, I talk to dealers, and I like to talk about modern coins, and they're looking at me out of the side of their head going, what are you talking about modern for? Nobody likes moderns. In fact, if you go to those shows, generally dealers don't have any modern coins. They don't want to do anything with them. And I think that's a missed opportunity, clearly, from 2024. I mean, look, these people selling clad make me 3, 4, 5 times, 10 times their money on these clad coins, while what these silver pumpers dealers, what they make $1.50 over spot, right? So I think there's opportunity here for clad from 2024, clearly. But I got to tell you, there's a serious disconnect between the Philadelphia and the Denver Jefferson nickels right now, and I'm not sure I can explain it, but I'm definitely here to point it out. Look at this one, sold on April 12th. That's a 2024 Denver Jefferson nickel right there. NGC mint state full, 6 full steps and a mint state 67 for almost $600, folks. That is remarkable. But look at this. It even gets more incredible. $799, mint state 67 full steps Jefferson nickel, but you haven't seen anything yet. Look at this. I think there's a proof like, wow, look at that. Look at the proof like on that. You don't even need to see the grade to know that that bad boy's proof like. 2024 Denver Jefferson nickel 5-cent PCGS mint state 67 full steps proof like and full steps. The highest graded proof like in the world has mint state 67 full step proof like PCGS. That's incredible. And you don't even need to look at the grade to know that's proof like. Another proof like right there. Bam. And that is a Denver. That's a Denver, 260, 260. Denver as well. And what are the Philadelphia selling for? Well, it's the same disconnect. You won't even believe it. I mean, yeah, I'm sure you can find some Philadelphias that are most expensive, but I've got it. Same. Completed listings, sold listings, ended recently, and I've got here. What in the wide world of sports is going on? And should I only put buy it now since auctions don't really count? Sure, why not? Nope, same story. Look at that. Oh, man, $36.95. Wow, that's for both of them. $43.95, $12.99 for a lot of 2 per order. Jefferson nickel 5 cent. Wow, you only get 2. Yeah, $129 there, and that's a NGC mint state 67, 6 full steps for $129. There we go. Philadelphia mint state 66 from PCGS, $39.97. Look at that, even a little lower grade mint state 65 full steps for $24. That's incredible, folks. What is the deal? Why is this happening? What's the disconnect? Is it because of the fact that we had seen the Denver play out rapidly in 2024, and then the Denver strike just kind of, well, slowly pick up? And is it because the Mint, well, misreported these numbers, right? Remember, they were up to 50 million, then they were up to 70 million, and then back down to 36.72 million. Now, are we seeing these low values on these Philadelphia strikes because the Mint's numbers can't be trusted? Well, I think they can. I think this is ultimately the final numbers, but I don't know if anybody or everybody got the message about those particular Philadelphia strikes. It just makes no sense. But anyway, like I was saying about the coin dealers, you know, I'm not trying to disparage them. It's just that they would rather focus on other coins. But I tell you, you know, there's a lot of coin people that are making really good money on all this modern stuff. And is it always going to be like this? Absolutely not. You actually have to have a year where the United States Mint makes very few coins. And look, if we go to 2025 already, we blew past all those numbers right now. And I think the only thing that makes any sense for low mintage right now is the American women quarters from 2025. We're looking at those Juliet Gordon low quarters at 86.2 and 82.2 for a grand total of 168.4 million coins struck. And what I think, not that it matters, but I think the remaining 3 quarters from the American Women Quarter program are going to have a lower mintage than the Juliet Gordon low quarters, only because I do believe that the United States Mint, the Federal Reserve, and the U.S. Treasury Department are going to have a problem, a challenge, if you will, getting the 2026 coinage, the semi-quincentennial celebration coins, out into the general circulation, into the wild, so that we could actually see these coins during the semi-quincentennial celebration and not in 2027 or 2028. Because, I mean, let's look at the reality of it. How many 2025 coins have you seen already in your hot little hands if you get pocket change? Or even 2024 American Women Quarters? They're just few and far between, folks. They're really just not that much out there. Where are they? I don't know. Maybe they're just, because look, back in 2020, we had the COVID thing happen, right? And there was a lot of businesses shut down and not operating at that time. And well, coins weren't making their way around in businesses and general circulation. So the Mint was like, oh, well, I know the problem. I know the answer to the problem. It's to strike more coins. So in 2022, 2023, the Mint went gonzo. In fact, look, I'll show you 2022 quarters right here. Yeah, look at that. Almost 500,000 on one quarter right there. 600 million there, right? I mean, that's just incredible. Almost 3/4 of a billion. And then the Sally Ride 500 million, or 500,000, my bad. And then even 2023 was a high water mark as well. Look at that, 700 million. Yeah, 600 million. And then they were ramping down with the Ovididar, the Maria Tall Chief. And then we look at the 2024, the numbers even get lower. Look at that, 141. That was the lowest before Juliet Gordon low quarter for Philadelphia, and then the lowest was the Celius Cruz from Denver, right? So it's down and to the right for mintages, folks, and that's the way it looks, especially not only for the circulation coinage, but also for those annual sets. Remember that. That's huge. Now, let's get to those plus ones today. This is maybe not. No, I got some stuff I want to show you here. All right, this is PCGS. And we've already looked at the 2024 Denvers. But one thing with the 2024 Denver I had to show you was the Mint State Full Step Proof-like. There's 10 of those coins in the world. There may be more, I don't know. But the last time we saw any kind of proof-like Jefferson nickel, you'd actually have to go to 2019 Denver right there. And that is Mint State Full Step Proof-like with 346 of them. Yowza, right? 346 of them. Well, how many you got this time? Yeah, 10. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if more people are going to submit more of these Jefferson nickels, but I got to tell you, with the numbers that I'm seeing for the graded ones, I mean, why wouldn't they, right? Why wouldn't they? And where can you source coins like this that are beautiful, that might be proof-like? Well, I know of a place. Typically, you can find them in the uncirculated coin sets. Now, when I've submitted coin sets, especially uncirculated coin sets to PCGS or NGC, I would expect a minimum grade of Mint State 65, all right? Just that. And then I would be like, well, what's a Mint State 65 worth? And, how many of the coins are in there? Well, that's setting your expectations really low. Typically, I think Mint State 66 is probably what you're going to get. Now, obviously, look at this. 2024 Denver. Yowza, look at that. 4 of them were in a Mint State 62. But look at this. This is even more incredible. Somebody submitted 5, 2024 Ds. One of them is in a Mint State 63, and the other 4 are AU. Wow, about uncirculated. Think about that. That is incredible. And it would actually be kind of cool to get those coins because they're so rare, right? And because of the labeling. Anyway, let's keep on keeping on. I showed you where you can probably source those in a proof-like finish. And then here's the kicker. The product limit is 190,000 with this, down and to the right with these coin sets, right, from the United States Mint. These aren't your grandfathers and fathers mint sets anymore, folks, with millions and millions of sets struck. Not like that anymore. Nope. 190,000, and we've already sold 170-ish, maybe 171, and I would imagine there's less than 10,000 of those bad boys left, maybe 8,000, not sure exactly. Now let's go to the plus ones. I got some really good ones for you today. Bam, this is Sanhedrin 38. When a man uses a die to stamp out coins, they all come out alike. But the Lord stamped out all men with the die of Adam. Yet each is different. So each and every single one of us has the right to say, for my sake was the world created. And if you're listening to this right now, it means you woke up. And it means that the universe couldn't live without you today. And that's why you're here listening to me. Isn't that awesome? Now let's go over here to 3/9's fine, 99.9. This is called Born Again from Jelly Roll. And it's beautifully broken. And it's got the King's hat there. Got to tell you, Born Again, it's an interesting philosophy or interesting occurrence. Have you been born again? And when I say that, I do mean born again, so to speak, right? So I think a lot of people have had near-death experiences. Does that mean they've been born again? I know I have had a near-death experience, and that's one of the reasons why I am so sure, right? I have been to that light and have come back. And I got to tell you, that's why I'm so sure of myself when I talk about those kinds of things. Now, with that said, I want to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you see, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. Now, what's not free is the membership. It's $1.99 a month. It's really not that much, but we are kicking out these membership programs. And really, we got a lot of great information on these members-only videos. And you can come and ask questions. You can come and make friends. You can come and trade with people. It's really kind of cool. Really great community. Also, there's the store, and I do need to make a video about this store instead of talking about it all the time. But check this out. This is fantastic. All right, this is the Scent Finder hunting mat. It's 31.5 inches across, almost 3 feet. It has been designed to help coin hunters find rare and valuable Lincoln scents quickly and efficiently, spending less time referencing which varieties go with which year. Oh, there we go. I was trying to make it a load up, right? Every variety is recognized by PCGS grading companies shown on the mat, including the new 2023 Extra V and some additional varieties and oddities. We even have the 1776 2026 Lincoln set on there as well. So let's say you're doing a little coin roll hunting and through some Lincoln cents, and you got a 1992D, and you're like, was it a close AM or a wide AM? Well, look at that. That's what you're looking for. It's a close AM. No need to go back to the YouTube videos. No need to go to the book to find out what's what. You got it right there. That's what's going down. That's pretty cool. Now, with that said, I'm going to go enjoy my day over at Reniger's and go to the coin shop. That's a pretty cool place. It's, I think, the largest flea market in the South. It's quite impressive. You should check it out if you're down in this way. Stacker out.